Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob. And today we're going to tackle the M50 review. Uh, I don't know how well this is going to go. I haven't been feeling well, and I haven't done our gun review in a couple weeks, so I figured I'd go ahead and do one today. But before we get started, don't forget to have your Bison Trump coffee. And here's what we got. We have the M50. And yes, did you see that? One arm. It ain't heavy. It's not heavy at all. I added weight to it by putting the bipod on it and the scope, but this thing actually felt pretty nice. The clip itself has some significant weight to it. Now I'm getting ready to do a review, so you need to go on. See what we got going on here. So she's gonna come in here. She wants some food, so let me feed her. You want some food? Hold on. You can eat while we work. Here. You knew I had some, didn't you? Yeah. There you go. What do? You gotta feed her. That was right on time, wasn't it? So let me show you what we've done here. So far, I have added a U hunt or O hunt scope. This has become my favorite scope, 6x24 by 50 FFP, and it's spelled OHHUNT. So it's got the side parallax and the knob for the focus. And what we're going to be using in this is the Seneca 5 or 495 pellets. The 336 grain, and they just fit the magazine. I mean, just fit. There's really no more room to spare. It's enough room to give a clearance between the clear plastic and the pellet, and this thing has a slow twist rate. I measured the twist rate on it to find out what size pellet I wanted to use. The faster twist, you want to use a lighter pellet. Slower twist, you want to use a heavier pellet. So, or slug. And this is mainly going to be my hunting gun. So I measured it in a 12-inch area or long. The paper turned a quarter turn. So it's got a quarter turn in a 12-inch area. So that's the twist rate. You calculated, I'm not. So I put the wrap on here, and then I printed out a band to go just on the tank. This thing does not need any barrel band, simply because the barrel's just too heavy to be doing any drooping for no longer than this barrel is. I think this is a 22-inch barrel, I believe, maybe lower or less. But we've got it filled to 3,600 psi, and that's all I ever fill my guns, simply because anything over 4,000 psi on my Yonghing, it keeps blowing the burst disc. So 3600 is fine for me, because I'm only looking for a maximum of 3 good shots. If I miss a deer in 3 shots, I need to hang it up and stop hunting, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So you can call it buck fever if you want, but that's not normally the case. If you're missing, it's because you are not focused. And I'm trying out a new bipod here. I'm not sure I like it. It only has that position. It doesn't have, like my other ones, that position there. I like that position, but you can't get that position. You either got it closed or at a 90-degree angle. It's fairly cheap. I think I paid like 9 something a piece for them. Yeah, call me a cheapie. I don't care what you want to call me. But I changed the folding stock. It's not a folding stock no more. I added my adapter to it. You can get that on my site. So yes, I use my parts too. I have to pay for them just like you do. I got the CNC stock. I added the butt pad off of my Pro onto this one because they're both identical butt stocks. And I added the cheek rest simply because I like my beard. I also added a sling stud here, and then I made a Picatinny mount sling stud to add to it when I carry this in the woods. So I've got all my options covered. And the safety is backwards. Guys, please. That's going to get somebody hurt one of these days. It's almost got me shot over that safety being backwards, because I am used to. I am 57 years old, and all my life I was always taught that the safety was back when it was in safe, and forward when you're going to fire, in the direction of the bullet. So if you're back, that means the bullet is back. If you're going forward, that means the pellet's going forward. Now, I can't speak for some reason. So, guys, so far that's really the only problem I have with this gun, is that daggone safety. You guys are going to get somebody hurt one of these days. You guys in China need to realize that, you know, if you're going to sell to the U.S., we're used to a standard. And some of us old guys just cannot learn a different standard. You know, just because you want to change the standard doesn't mean that it's right. So anyway, I'm just biding time for my deer to leave, and she just left. So I'm going to sight this thing in. I haven't sighted it in yet, and as soon as I get it sighted in, we'll be back to start chronographing. Alright guys, we are ready to do the chrony test. And like I said, what we are shooting is a 336 grain Seneca 50 caliber pellet, which is actually a 495, and they're still a little tight going in the barrel. So the last little bit going into where the bolt goes down, you got to kind of bump it to get it to go in. I really don't like doing that, but it's a tight pellet, so hopefully it'll work out eventually over time. Right now this is my first pellet or slug that I'm starting out with, We may try something different later on and see what we got. Right now, that's all I have. And that's this big monster right here. 336 grain. So we'll do 5 shots. I have just topped back off. I got it sighted in and it's doing pretty good. So we'll see how my target that I made handles these big old monsters. So we'll get started. And it is a loud gun. No, it's not backyard friendly, I can tell you that. Everybody in the neighborhood's probably wondering what the hell's going on over there at Bob's. I gotta readjust my scope. I need to bring my scope up a little bit higher or bring the cheek rest down. I may have to file some to bring this down a little bit more, but I need to bring it. I don't want to really raise my scope anymore. It's already at probably about 5/8 of an inch from the barrel, so I really don't like going any further than that. So I'm probably going to just finish bringing these out a little bit further and push this down a little bit further. It just needs to go a little bit because right now I got to push right here to get it lined up with the scope. So let's give her a shot and see what we got for Chronograph test. Shot number 1. Wow, what? 595 feet per second? Yeah, that don't seem right. Yeah, I don't think that's right. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go with a different pellet or slug because I have to do this every time because they'll go in and I can close it and it's not touching the slug, but it just won't go. So then I gotta bump it like that. I don't like doing that. So we'll see if that number's right. I don't think that's right. That shouldn't be right. Shot number 2. .575. And we're talking a heavy slug. Now let's see, that one cycled just fine. It might just need some lube. Shot number 3. .560. See, that one's cycled too. So maybe the clip needs to be adjusted a little bit on that other one. Of course, the first one on this one didn't cycle. I had to pull it out. I wish the mag was on the other side. Shot number 4. Well, I can't even see where that one hit. So I must have hit one of them other holes perfectly. Yeah, I shot 4 times. That was a 547. I shot 4 times and only got 3 holes. Cycled just fine. I just don't like that part right there. So we're going to have to experiment with slugs. Shot number 5. Now we got 4 holes. 534. That's why I wish this clip was on this side. Whew, that's hard on the hand. All right, we're going to do another one, number 6. 547. This is not a regulated gun. It does not have a two-stage adjustable trigger whatsoever. It's not even adjustable, period. And it's a pretty stiff one. So we will put us another mag in, and we'll do a sound test, so stay tuned. Alright, we're only going to do 3. These things are expensive. $45 for 50 of them. And we're probably not going to go with these. We're probably going to go with something a little lighter. But you have to have a pellet shooting through it in order to check your sound. Because without a pellet or a slug, you're not going to get your sound right. So let's turn this thing on. Move my crony out of the way. All right, we're just gonna pick us a spot there. All right, first shot for the sound test. .7, 84.7, and the dust is a-flying out there. What the hell just happened? .0. It's getting easier, so maybe I don't need to change slugs at all. I just need to work it in. I'll have it worked in by hunting season. 85.5. That's your sound test. So now let's do a trigger pull test. And this is a hard trigger. £5, 4.6 ounces. £5, 3.6 ounces. It's pretty stiff. Pretty stiff trigger. And we'll do one more for shits and giggles. £5, 1.4 ounces. So the only gripe I have with this gun is that safety. I do not like that safety whatsoever. The numbers seem a little bit low, but you know, I've never really shot anything that heavy, so I'm not real sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We'll have to test it with a smaller slug, maybe a I think they have 184 grain. We can try those. They recycle a little bit better too. Um, I think I do want to go with a smaller slug, but as far as the 336 grain, that's what this gun is putting out. And it was pretty close to being consistent. So I would venture to say that those numbers are correct for that size pellet or slug. And I don't know why I keep saying pellet. So I like this gun. I really do like it. I just got to get it set up the way that I like it. I would like to go ahead and make me a moderator for it. So I'm going to have to get me another one. And this one I'm going to have to build the cones for it. No, they won't be 3D printed. They'll be aluminum. It's just finding the time or the feeling to get in the shop and do something. Just so that you guys know, yesterday the ambulance had to take me out of here and take me to the ER yesterday evening. I went and laid down to take a nap and woke up to a horrible pain in my side. A pain so severe that I felt like I was going to pass out, and basically crawling on the floor trying to get my clothes on to wait for the ambulance to come and get me. When I got there, found out that, and I felt so ridiculous that it was a kidney stone that was causing the pain. I can't imagine a kidney stone causing that much pain. Unless I've got an awful low threshold for pain, I don't know, but I've been through some pain. I've been beat all my life, so I'm pretty sure I'm used to pain. So if it's painful for me, it must be some excruciating pain. So I get there and they find out that it's a kidney stone, and it was like 5 centimeters, I think, what it was. And I still feel the pain in my side, but it's not as bad because they got me on some medicine for it, 3 different medicines for it. So, but then the doctor came in and he asked me, he says, "Have you been having any chest pains lately?" And I said, "Yeah, why?" Because I hadn't really thought about it because I was so focused on the pain that I had with the kidney stone that I didn't really mention it to him. And he said, because we found some elevated, I think it's enzymes or something in my blood, and basically that's the reason I was in the hospital about 6 months ago, was because I had a heart attack, and the levels are still at the same level as they was back then, and they're a little concerned about that. So I think that's telling me that my arteries are on their way to being clogged. They're getting close. So I gotta take her easy right now, and I wanted to do something today. It's a little warm out here. I shouldn't actually be out here, but I needed to get out here and do something and do this review on this gun. Now, if there's anything I missed on, just ask me in the questions or in the comments. And I think I've pretty much covered everything. Now, would I buy this gun again? Absolutely. No question about it. There is nothing wrong with this gun except for that safety. I can't stand a backwards safety. Now, I'll show you. Well, I don't need to pull that one out. These mags, uh-oh. What's wrong with this one? Oh, I'm going backwards. Wow. they fit right in there. So, and this turns freely, so there's really no reason why that shouldn't be cycling. So I think these heavier slugs are going to need to be lubricated, which a lot of people do anyway. And it's got a pretty stiff spring on it. If you ain't careful, it'll get away from you. But it ain't as bad as that S45. These are the plastic ones. They're not the CNC ones. So, but anyway, there's my look on the M50 and what I have as a setup. Right now we are at about 2200 psi, and I had 3600 in it, and we've done shot 3 empties with the trigger pull test. We did 3 slugs for the sound test, and we did 6 shots for the Kearney test. So that's 6, 9, 12 shots, and that's all the air that I used. See, 36 and 22, that's what, 1400 psi for 12 shots. So it's around about 100 per shot. I think that's right. But my math may be wrong, so don't down me if my math is wrong. Anyway, if you want a good 50 cal gun, I'm thinking this one here is the one you want to get. It's lightweight, it's not heavy without the bipod. It's really a pleasure to carry this gun. Most people don't put big scopes on them like that, and like I do, and that would cut down on some of the weight if you was to get this gun. You know, this wrap, it's got weight to it. This barrel band, or barrel pick rail, or tank pick rail, it's got some weight to it. This scope's pretty big. The shade's got some weight to it. This aluminum thing back here's got weight to it. The mag has considerable weight. And the rubber butt pad, the cheek rest, wow, I did add a lot of weight to this thing. So, but when I pulled it out, hell, the box was only 8 pounds when I got it, and that was with the box and the foam and all the stuff that was with it. So it's not a heavy gun. It's got a stiff trigger pull. The safety's backwards. If you can live with that, you're golden. You got a good decent gun that'll make you happy. It's got a dovetail rail on it instead of a Picatinny. So I had to use the Picatinny to dovetail adapters in this. And I think it would make a nice gun for anybody who wants to hunt. Or whatever you're going to use it for. So don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and by all means, don't forget to have your Bison Trump coffee. You guys have a good one. Later. Oh yes, guys, I knew there was something I was forgetting. There is the grouping. Remember, I shot 6 times. There's only 5 holes. So one of those was hitting the other one. So I think that's a pretty decent group at 30 yards. It could be tightened up a little bit. Just knowing your gun. Once you learn your gun, you can tighten it up. So, sorry, I almost forgot that. Later.